When studying late antiquity, it is tempting to focus only on great empires, Rome, Byzantium, and Persia. Yet some of the most consequential transformations of this era occurred not at imperial centers, but in regional kingdoms that controlled trade routes, mediated religious exchange, and linked continents. Among the most important of these were the kingdoms of Aksum in East Africa and Himyar in southern Arabia. These states were neither peripheral nor passive. They were active participants in the political, economic, and religious networks that connected Africa, Arabia, and the Mediterranean world. Aksum as a Christian power in East Africa. The Kingdom of Aksum, located in present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea, emerged as one of the most powerful states in East Africa between the 3rd and 7th centuries. Its strength rested on a combination of strategic geography, military capacity, and religious identity. Aksum's rulers converted to Christianity in the 4th century, making it one of the earliest officially Christian states in the world. This conversion was not merely spiritual, it was profoundly political. Christianity aligned Aksum with the Byzantine world, granting it diplomatic prestige and ideological legitimacy within a broader Christian sphere. Christianity also reinforced royal authority. Aksumite kings presented themselves as divinely sanctioned rulers, responsible for defending the faith and governing a moral community. Coins minted by Aksum bore Christian symbols, visually linking economic exchange with religious identity. Trade, the Red Sea, and economic influence. Aksum's power was inseparable from its control of Red Sea trade routes. Positioned between the Mediterranean world and the Indian Ocean, Aksum facilitated the movement of gold, ivory, spices, textiles, and enslaved peoples. Its ports connected African interior resources to global markets. This trade wealth supported urban development, monumental architecture, and a literate administrative class. It also allowed Aksum to project influence beyond its borders, intervening in Arabian politics and maintaining naval capabilities in the Red Sea. In a world where long-distance trade increasingly defined power, Aksum was not an outlier. It was a nodal point in Afro-Eurasian exchange, religion and state legitimacy. In both Aksum and Himyar, religion became a key tool for legitimizing political authority. Rulers used religious affiliation to consolidate internal unity and signal alignment with powerful external partners. For Aksum, Christianity reinforced ties to Byzantium and distinguished the kingdom from its neighbors. Faith became a marker of civilization, order, and rightful kingship. Religious identity stabilized governance in a region where imperial bureaucracy, as seen in Rome, did not exist. This pattern reflects a broader late antique trend. Religion increasingly replaced classical civic institutions as the foundation of political legitimacy. Himyar, Judaism, Christianity, and power in southern Arabia across the Red Sea, the kingdom of Himyar occupied a strategically vital region in southern Arabia. Like Aksum, Himyar sat astride key trade routes connecting Africa, the Mediterranean, and South Asia. Unlike Aksum, however, Himyar's religious identity was fluid and contested. At various points, Himyarite rulers embraced Judaism, while Christian communities also played significant roles in the kingdom's political and social life. These religious choices were not random, they reflected geopolitical realities. Judaism allowed Himyar to assert independence from both Christian Byzantium and Zoroastrian Persia. Christianity, when favored, facilitated alliances with Aksum and Byzantium. Religious affiliation thus functioned as foreign policy by other means. Himyar's religious diversity also reveals the complexity of Arabian society before Islam. Far from isolated, Arabia was deeply enmeshed in late antique religious debates and imperial rivalries. Regional kingdoms and Afro-Eurasian religious networks, Aksum and Himyar, illustrate how regional kingdoms shaped the religious and political landscape of late antiquity. They acted as bridges between empires, transmitting ideas, beliefs, and practices across continents. Christianity moved between Byzantium and Africa. Judaism flourished in Arabian contexts. Trade routes carried not only goods but scriptures, rituals, and theological concepts. These kingdoms demonstrate that religious transformation was not imposed solely from imperial capitals. It was negotiated locally through commerce, diplomacy, and conversion. By the 7th century, these interconnected networks created a world primed for further transformation. The religious, economic, and political structures forged by Aksum and Himyar formed part of the environment into which Islam would soon emerge. Conclusion: power beyond empires. The kingdoms of Aksum and Himyar remind us that late antiquity was not shaped by empires alone. Regional states wielded significant influence by controlling trade, adopting strategic religious identities, and integrating themselves into Afro-Eurasian networks. Their histories reveal a world where faith and power traveled together, where legitimacy was forged at crossroads rather than capitals, and where Africa and Arabia stood, not at the margins of history, but at its very center.